welcome back to my channel. So as some people know, I've been messing around with my background, and a couple people have asked me why I just don't leave it blank. So that's what we're gonna do for this video. I'd first like to start off by saying I tried out the Essence Mosaic blush in the shade All You Need Is Pink a while back. In one of my videos I did a full face of Essence makeup, and I talked about not liking it because it didn't show up and it didn't like show any pigment at all. So it turns out I just need to really dig in there and it shows up. That's the blush I'm wearing today. I think it actually is really cute. You just need to use a lot. Still not like the best because you need to use a lot, but the coloring is really cute. So if you want to see more of the Essence products that I used, or if you want to see my first impression of this blush, go ahead and check it out. It's linked down below in the description. So today, as the title says, I'm going to be using all of my Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. So I have Jawbreaker, Mini Breaker, Thirsty, Alien, Blue Blood, Bloodlust, Conspiracy, and Mini Controversy. The only ones that I'm missing are Androgyny and Beauty Killer. So I'm gonna be using all of those today in an eyeshadow look. I have no idea where I'm gonna start. I think it's gonna end up going rainbow-like just because that's what I'm picturing in my head right now, but we'll see. If you'd like to see any looks dedicated to any one of those palettes, I'd love to do a video on any of them. I did already do a review of this whole collection. I do have the entire collection. It is beautiful. I will also link the Bloodlust collection video down below. I'm going to start by priming my eyes with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, like I always do. Please don't forget to like this video if you like it and subscribe to my channel. I'm always putting out new videos every single week. Soon I'm going to be upping that to 2 videos a week. And ring the bell if you want to be notified when I put out videos. It is every Wednesday at noon Eastern time currently. That may be changing as well, but for now that's what I'm keeping it as. All right, without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to start with the Jawbreaker palette because this has some really nice reds in it, like here and here. So for my first shade, I think I'm gonna go into Licorice. I don't want to use more than just a couple shades from each palette because I think that I have really little space here, but I'm trying to use all of them. I'm gonna go into that shade with my Morphe M431 brush, my favorite crease brush, and I'm gonna put that on the very inner corner, just in the crease, but just a little bit. The Jawbreaker palette is honestly probably my favorite palette that Jeffree Star's put out. Even though I love the Bloodlust, I think that the Jawbreaker is more versatile and it's got rainbow shades more, and this palette I've used more than any other palette that I own. This palette I actually panned in the shade Jawbreaker. Right there. Pretty proud of that. Next is the Mini Breaker. I'm gonna go in with the shade Orange Crush. Like I said, rainbowy orange is the next shade. If you want to see any other looks that I've done with all these palettes by themselves, you can head over to my Instagram, which is just_call_me_coco, and you'll be able to see a whole bunch of other looks that I did there. I'm gonna put the orange in my crease right next to the red. It's a really pretty orange. I'm actually gonna take it up and around this red shade just a little bit. I probably should have laid down some powder underneath so no fallout, but you know me, I just don't. The next palette I'm gonna be using is the Thirsty palette, and I'm gonna go into the shade Quench, which you probably guessed. And I'm gonna go in with that same brush continuously. I'm gonna try to do the same thing I did with the orange by putting it here and then blending up the top. With a rainbow look like this, you have to make sure you keep going back in to the shade, the other shades, so that you can keep those colors. Otherwise, things tend to blend out and mesh together a little bit too much. I think I'm also gonna take another shade from the Thirsty palette, the shade Taste Buds. Very a little bit in between the orange and yellow, just to blend that out a little bit better. Yeah, I really like that. I'm now going to take a clean Jeffree Star JS5 brush, just a clean fluffy brush, and kind of fluff out the edges just a little bit. Not with any other color or anything. I just like to see things a little bit more blended. I'm gonna take my Morphe JS6 brush, a fluffy brush. I'm going to go into the Jawbreaker palette and use the shade Good Morning, and I'm gonna blend this inner part so that red's not so harsh and that it blends like with the orange and the yellow. I'm gonna bring you guys a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing just a little bit more. That shade Good Morning really brightened it up. Next, I'm going in with the Alien palette, which I have not given enough love to. I'm really excited to use it again. I'm gonna go in with the shade Abduction first. This is a really powdery shade, but really cool. I don't know if I've ever used this one. Wow. You can hear my fan in the background, can't you? Now I'm gonna take a little bit of the shade right underneath that Flying Saucer, and I'm gonna very lightly use this shade because it's a pretty dark green. That shade Abduction, that lighter green, is very, very, very powdery. Looks a little bit weird right now, but it's getting super cool looking, especially like because I'm using so many different palettes. Like, this is such a cool concept. Basically, the way that I'm doing this now is little triangles, or not triangles, but little like arrows going outwards. So like, now the blue blood for the blue, obviously. However, there are so many blues. I'm gonna use the shade Flourishing because that one looks a little interesting. I've also never used this shade before, so that's gonna be really interesting. I honestly haven't used the blue blood palette enough, especially because I was so excited to get it. Again, this is a pretty dark shade, so I'm gonna go in light. That's intense. It's so cute. I'm gonna go in and shape it before I blend it. Look at that. All right, so now that it's like 15 minutes later or something like that, I finished blending this outer corner and I put on brow gel because my phone was at 10% and I don't have the long charger, so I can't charge it while I film. So I had to take it down and charge it. I also utilized that time to buy a silent fan, so you will no longer hear that in the background. You'll no longer hear that background noise. So, and I used coupons and I used gift cards, so I got it really cheap. Thank you, Kohl's. Moving on to purple. And you already know for purple, we're gonna use the purple palette, Bloodlust. I really want to use like Dungeon, the darkest purple. I completely forgot in the list of palettes that I don't have Blood Sugar, which is super sad because I really want that palette, but one day. I can't believe on how many packages I'm waiting on in the mail and I'm never gonna get them because coronavirus is messing with my mail. Really disappointing. Instead of going in with that deep shade that I wanted to, I'm gonna go in with the shade Blood Queen because I want to keep this good looking. I don't want to ruin it. I'm bringing this shade all the way down into my lash line and barely bringing it up at all. Just because I really like the shape of this outer corner that I've got. I think I also haven't used this shade from this palette before. I'm using a lot of new shades today. Now I'm going to go in and blend this way with all those shades again, just to make sure everything's perfectly blended. That blue shade is really perfect with this green shade. I'm really getting quite proud of this look, especially because I had no idea what I was doing in the beginning. I'm bringing just the purple, the blue, and the green down all the way to the lash line. The other colors I'm keeping in the crease area, loosely. And I'm not doing anything super precisely, just kind of like messily doing it. On to the next palette. My highlighting shade, I'm going in with Ranch. I'm gonna take my Morphe M21 brush, dip it into Ranch. Right there, look at that, I barely did anything, you can see that. Oh yes. I'm gonna even put some highlight, like, I'm gonna do something weird and put some highlight like right here. I don't know if people do that, but I just did it. Thank you, Conspiracy Palette, for a beautiful highlight. Now for mini controversy. All right, so I'm gonna take actually one of the Bretman Rock brushes, the flat one. If you wanna see the video that I did with this, which is the Bretman Rock and Wet n Wild collection, I did that whole collection. If you wanna see that, that was my last video. I'll link that down below as well. Take that, and I'm gonna go into the shade My Boyfriend's Purse, and I'm gonna put that on my lid. I'm just gonna faux cut the crease. If you guys want to see an entire video dedicated to the Conspiracy collection, I'd love to do that. As you can see, I have all of the pieces to it except for the gloss, Shane Clausen. So I've used at least one from every single palette. So I'm gonna go back into the Bloodlust palette because there are some interesting shimmer shades in there and I want to top it over the shimmer shade that I already just put down, My Boyfriend's Purse. So I'm thinking mainly like Pink Magic, maybe even Take the Crown, maybe both. I'm gonna take my Naked 2 palette brush and I'm gonna go into that shade Take the Crown and put it on the very inner corner, just a little bit. And now I'm gonna go into Pink Magic. I'm gonna try to use the same brush. I don't know how it's gonna go because I think that's one of the interesting ones. It picked up, so maybe. Oh, there it is, coming through. It's layering really nicely over My Boyfriend's Purse. It's interesting for sure. It's not as easy to work with as his other shades, but it's pretty. Whoa, didn't know it did that. Now I need that to be all over my eyelid. My whole face is gonna be glittery because of this shade. Wow. Okay, this shade, when the light hits it just right, is so foily and so pretty. Oh, wow. Okay. You know how I said at the beginning when I was like, I should have put powder down, but I'm not gonna. Because now, literally, all this, I have my highlight, but like all this is covered in pink glitter from that shade. I hope you guys like this look as much as I do right now. I have to put my hair up because it is so hot in here, even with the fan running. Because I have the light all the way up today because somebody suggested to me that I do that so that my shiny stuff is more easily seen from For my inner highlight, I'm gonna go into Ranch again. Maybe if I bake after the fact, it'll go away. I'm going to take the shade Deceased from the Blue Blood palette for my underneath. That's a really pretty blue. Wow, that shade is so pretty. I am now gonna take the shade Entitled, also from the Blue Blood palette, finish up the underneath of my eye. I'm gonna brush off this bake now. It didn't really get rid of anything. Now that I'm done with the actual eyeshadow portion of this, I'm gonna go in with my waterline. I'm going to take the LA Shockwave Neon Eyeliner, the blue one, since I feel like I want to use a little bit more of this outer corner, and I feel like because I covered up my boyfriend's purse, I technically didn't fully use this, even though I used it. You just can't tell. I'm going to go in with the shade Exposed over here, and I'm just going to blend that a little bit. It didn't make much of a difference, but it made a little bit of a difference. I'm going to curl my lashes, put on some mascara, and I'll be right back. Now that I'm done with my lashes, I'm going to go in with my lips, and I'm going to go in with my Conspiracy Jeffree Star Shane Dawson Lip Balm, the shade Diet Shane, just to moisturize. I'm gonna set my face with the Jungle Rock Bretman Wet n Wild spray. I really love this spray. Super hydrating. It really cools me down now because I was really hot before. For my liquid lip shade today, I'm actually going in with something kind of drastic because this is so colorful and happy. I want to go in with the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Soul Sucker, which was an exclusive from the Halloween mystery boxes. Hopefully it looks good. It's not very opaque. Definitely gonna need a few coats. I might not be able to use this. This formula is really bad. I'm literally trying to make it stick and it's just not. The fact that it's so movable right now is not good. So I don't know if I got a bad one or what. I know this is kind of the first time I'm trying it, but it kind of looks a little bit better now. It's not really drying down though. It's really disappointing. I really enjoyed creating this look for you guys. I didn't really know where I was gonna go with it, but I really liked the way that it turned out. The lip thing, I mean, the black part is like really cool, but the whole lipstick didn't work out super well for me. It's okay, I still like the way that this looks. Comment down below what you think and maybe what I should do next because I don't have very many ideas. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.